Hello, my friends. Today I'd like to talk to you about some parts of nature that I really enjoy. And those are trees. We talked a lot this winter about coniferous trees, which are trees that have needles instead of leaves, and they don't change color or lose their needles in the fall. Some types of coniferous trees are Fraser firs and those tall redwoods out in California, or Christmas trees. Today, we are going to talk about some deciduous trees, which are trees that change color and lose their leaves in the fall. There are many different kinds of deciduous trees, but the ones that I'm going to talk about today are sugar maples. And the reason I'm going to talk about sugar maples is because the sap from a sugar maple is what is used to make maple syrup. So let's talk specifically about sugar maples. Their scientific name is Acer saccharum, and they are native to eastern North America. Well, guess what? Vermont is in eastern North America. That's where we're located geographically on a map. Our state is pictured in red in the map I just showed you. And that's why sugaring is such a big part of our culture in Vermont and a big part of our economy. One of the great things about spring in Vermont is that we get to tap maple trees to make maple syrup. Today, we're going to do an art project where we create a visual representation of a sugar maple. So first, we have to figure out what shape a sugar maple is. I have here a picture with some silhouettes of trees. You can have a V-shaped silhouette like a hackberry, a round-shaped tree like a white oak, a columnar silhouette like a Lombardy poplar, or a pyramidal silhouette like a pin oak. But today, the shape that we want to make is an oval for a sugar maple. So, which one of these shapes do we need again? Oh yeah, oval. So the first thing I'm going to do on my paper is make the shape of an oval. It's like a circle because it's rounded and it's got a curvy line, but it's a longer shape. So I'm going to make my oval. And I'm going to color in some of the leaves in fun squiggly lines. I'm using round, curvy squiggles to remind me that the oval shape is round. And I'm using, how many crayons did I use to make my green? I used 3 different colors of green to make it pretty. The next thing that I need for my sugar maple is the trunk of the tree. Now, Trees come in a variety of forms for the main trunk. You can have an X-current trunk, which means that the trunk goes the entire height of the length of the tree, such as in evergreen trees. You can have a columnar trunk, which means that the main trunk goes the full height of the tree and then branches only form at the top, like palm trees on the beach. Or you can have a trunk like a sugar maple, which is called a decurrent trunk, which means that the main trunk goes up halfway along the length of the tree, and then there are splits in branches out from the main trunk. So we are going to use our scissors and some paper to cut out a trunk for our maple tree. I'm making it a little wider on the bottom and a little skinnier on the top. There we go. That goes about from the bottom of my page to halfway up my tree, which is where my leaves start. I'm going to glue down my trunk with 3 lines of glue and stick it onto my page. Now, maple trees aren't just one color. They have lines in them, in the bark, that form ridges. And these lines, when the trees are young, start out dark brown. But as the tree ages, they start to get gray in color. And that's how you know that a sugar maple tree is mature, is more adult. A young immature tree is called a sapling. All right, we have our leaves in place and we have our trunk in place. What's missing from our tree? Right now, all my leaves are hanging in the air. I know what I need. I need some branches.